Hello, I'm Eric Kimball, sitting here on the workbench in my little workshop, such as it is, the space that I have for my tools and hardware and a lot of other stuff in a little room. And I want to share with you today an idea that I came up with for finding small hardware parts that I need easier than I had been doing it. And then I'm going to show you an idea I came up with for making inexpensive, solid, simple shelving. And that is a unique idea. I think I may have come up with it on my own, but you know how that goes. You think you developed an idea that's unique, and it turns out, well, someone else did this and you saw it years ago. Anyway, I'll get to that. First, I want to tell you that this whole thing that I'm about to explain to you started last year when I went to a warehouse sale of a regional dollar store that was going out of business. And I bought some of these cups. I bought a whole sleeve of them. These cups are fairly heavy duty. I think these are what they use, you know, if you go to the store and you buy potato salad or something. But I thought to myself, I think I could use these in my shop. And just for reference, I think they're 32 ounces. Got a 4.5-inch top, okay? And the bottom is 3.5, and the height is 5.5. Okay, that gives you some perspective. So I got these cups, and I have them here in my shop, and I ended up using them. I used them to put paint in, and I used them to store small parts when I was working on a project. Like I'm currently working on a project where I'm rebuilding a laminate trimmer, the old Porter Cable, not made anymore. So I've got bearings and brushes and stuff in here. These little cups are perfect for that sort of thing. I have had little projects at my apartment or in the house, and I've grabbed hardware and I put it in these and I just take it along with me. That's how it started. And then I got thinking, you know, I've got all kinds of miscellaneous hardware. You do too, I'll bet, if you have a workshop of any kind. I go to estate sales, I see workshops, and every workshop's got tins and boxes and cups and bins of miscellaneous hardware. I'm no exception to that. And I was thinking to myself, you know, when I need some odd washer or bolt or something, I end up going to the box and the bin and I sort through. I know it's in there and I go sorting through. And I thought, how can I simplify this? How can I make it a little quicker? And it occurred to me, well, just separate out the flat washers, the fender washers, the split washers, separate them out, the small bolts, the machine screws, separate them out, all different sizes within those categories, separate them out, put them in these little cups. And so I did that, and I put them on top of one of my file cabinets over here, and I found that it was a whole lot quicker to find what I needed. And then I thought to myself, I need to be even more efficient at this, and I'll show you the next step in the progression of this idea. Okay, this is a leg for a bow saw buck that I'm making. This is my third iteration in like 10 years. I'm getting to the point where I'll show this to the world, but for our purposes here, let's say I need some of these flat washers right here. What I will do then is go to my flat washer cup, okay? And it's got all different sizes in there. Instead of going, I think there's one right now. Instead of trying to fish around there, and instead of dumping them all over the top of my workbench here and sorting through, which definitely works, there's a better idea though, and that is a tray like this. It's an easy sorter, plastic tray. And so I can then just dump and pick out the washers or the nuts or little bolts or whatever I need for my project. And then when I'm done, they go right back in there. I told you that I keep these all, or I was keeping them all, on top of my file cabinet over here. But I came up with a shelving idea that I'm going to show you now. Right there you can see the shelves, and I'll tell you about the shelves in a moment, what makes them unique and how neat they are. I think they're pretty neat. But first, let me just show you that the cups here with the miscellaneous fender washers, hex nuts, flat washers, small bolts, lock washers.
Key tags, which I use on my tool organization wall that I showed in previous videos. I've got miscellaneous wood screws, wall anchors, sheet metal screws.
Miscellaneous to sort. In other words, I'm working on my bench and I end up with hardware left over, and instead of sorting it out at that time, I just throw it in this cup, and then I will use my sorting trays. You can see right here I have 2 of them, and there's the hook to keep them hung up so I know where they are when I need them. So yeah, that's that. I've got
Plastic bags here, little bags, nails, cable clamps. Yeah, I threw some plumbing stuff in here.
I'm in the process, a continual process of better organizing and being more efficient, and so this is just part of that.
3.5-inch mini bed screws, like the mini beds for my mini bed garden. Those are the screws. Brass wood screws, small lead bolt, zip ties, heat shrink tubing, and picture hanging hardware.
That's what's up there for now. Readily accessible. It has saved me time, especially with these the basic hardware parts down here. Now, let me tell you about the shelves. They are 5 inches wide. They could be a foot wide, and this idea will work, I'm sure. And what it is a copper wire. It does not have to be copper wire. I just happen to have a lot of salvaged copper wire, so I used it. Any kind of flexible wire is going to do it for you. And I've got it wrapped around a screw up here, a panhead screw, sheet metal screw, driven into the OSB, and then it comes down, and the same thing here. A 3/4 inch long panhead screw holds the wire there. Now, the shelves are held at the back. You can see here with pocket holes and the screws that go with pocket holes. So I draw a line, a level line on my OSB. You're going to need plywood or OSB, something solid. Actually, you don't need it. There are other ways to anchor these screws and these screws here, but the OSB makes it really easy. Draw a level line, put the screws here to hold that, and then put these wires on to hold it. These shelves are remarkably strong. If I were able to put one of those up somewhere where I could stand on it, I believe it would hold me no problem. Yeah, that's the shelving idea that I'm quite happy with. I'm happy with the whole system thus far. You know, it's all kind of a work in progress, and you can do what you will with this idea. You can discard it. I'm sure many people will, and that's okay. Then there are people who will use the idea, and that's good too. And then there are people who will look at this and say, that's a good idea, but I can make it better. And that's good also. Do what you will with the idea. Hey, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.